Greetings, researchers. Today we will delve into the darkest corners of the SCP Foundation. We will not be talking about monsters and beasts, but about objects. Ordinary-looking things that can change a person, erase their identity, or even lead to a slow and painful death. These objects are the reason the Foundation exists, the reason we contain, protect, and conceal. Get ready. Let's begin. 1. SCP-018 Super Ball. At first glance, it's just a red rubber ball. But it's not. SCP-018 is a ball that increases in speed and power with each bounce. When it hits a person, it's not just a bruise. It's a blow that can break bones, tear flesh, and crush internal organs. If left unchecked, it can destroy everything in its path, turning a person into a bloody mess. The most terrifying thing about this object is its unpredictability. 1 second it's in your hands, the next it's flying at you at tremendous speed, and there's no escape. 2. SCP-1425 Star Signs. SCP-1425 is a book filled with ancient and mysterious texts. Its danger lies not in physical damage, but in mental damage. A person who begins to read it gradually loses touch with reality. They begin to see hidden signs and secret connections between things. Ultimately, their consciousness is completely destroyed, and they begin to believe that the only way to save the world is to destroy it. The person becomes a maniacal killer who acts as if they are carrying out some great mission. This object does not attack the body. It destroys the most important thing, the mind. 3. SCP-714 Kane's Ring. This jade ring gives its owner incredible power. It makes him immune to most anomalous effects. A person can walk through fire without harm or withstand the effects of poison, but everything has a price. The ring drains the wearer's vitality, making them weak and vulnerable to common illnesses. Serious injuries heal more slowly, and a simple cold can turn into a deadly disease. This item provides protection, but in return it takes away health, turning a person into a shadow of their former self. 4. SCP-184 The Architect. SCP-184 is an ordinary wooden cube, but if it is placed in a closed room, it begins to distort the space around it. A person inside such a building begins to get lost in endless corridors, rooms, and staircases. The entire building becomes a constantly changing labyrinth. People can get lost, go mad from loneliness and hunger. Ultimately, their bodies may simply disappear, dissolving into the distorted space. This object does not kill directly. It creates the perfect trap for humans, from which there is no escape. 5. SCP-2718 What happens after death? This is not exactly an object, but information that is transmitted through a medium, such as a note. A person who learns this information realizes that after death, their consciousness does not disappear, but remains locked in eternal torment. They will experience the agony of their death over and over again, without end. This knowledge is so terrifying that the person goes mad, and the only thing they can do is scream and convulse. This object destroys not the body, but the soul, and this is perhaps one of the most terrifying threats because it is eternal. 6. SCP-035 The Mask. SCP-035 is a mask that can possess the person who wears it. The person becomes a puppet of the mask, which begins to speak on their behalf. The mask possesses incredible intelligence and charisma, and it will manipulate people to achieve its goals. But while the mask is on a person, their body begins to slowly decay. The skin peels off, the muscles atrophy, and the bones crumble. The person becomes a rotting shell in which the mask lives. This object offers immortality, but takes away the most valuable thing, humanity. 7. SCP-426 I Am a Toaster. SCP-426 is an ordinary toaster, but it has an incredible mental effect. If you try to talk about it, you will use the pronoun I as if you were a toaster. For example, I am a toaster and I make toast. A person who is exposed to this effect gradually begins to believe that they are a toaster. They will try to work like a toaster, like putting bread into themselves and trying to plug themselves into an outlet. Ultimately, this can lead to suicide or serious injury. This object does not kill. It takes away your personality and forces you to be a toaster. 8. SCP-294 Coffee Maker. SCP-294 is a beverage machine that can make any drink if you enter its name. The Foundation has discovered that this machine is capable of producing liquid gold, liquid energy, and even liquid fear. But the most dangerous thing is that it can make anything. A person can get a drink that will make them invisible or a drink that will erase them from reality. But the wrong request can lead to disaster. For example, Liquid Life can turn a person into a shapeless mass. This item grants power, but improper use could lead to the end of the world. 9. SCP-447-1 Mixture with the Dead. SCP-447-1 is a green slime that possesses an incredible property. It can heal wounds and regenerate tissue. But there is one rule: it must not come into contact with dead bodies. If this happens, disaster will ensue. The Foundation does not know exactly what will happen, but all experiments show that it will be terrible. Perhaps it will lead to a zombie apocalypse or the end of the world. This object is both a medicine and a poison. It can save a life, but one wrong contact can destroy it. 10. SCP-409 Crystal Catalyst. SCP-409, an ordinary-looking quartz crystal, completes our list. But if a person touches it, they will begin to turn into crystal from the inside out. This process is incredibly painful and lasts for several hours. First, the tissue around the point of contact crystallizes, then the process spreads throughout the body. Ultimately, the person turns into a crystal, which then crumbles into dust. This object is a slow and painful death. It reminds us that even the most beautiful object can be deadly. We have just seen 10 objects that What do you think about these SCPs? Which one did you find the most dangerous? Write your thoughts in the comments. And we will hold, restrain, and protect. See you next time.